In the early 1960s, global technology companies, led by United States giants such as IBM and Xerox, began turning the industrial creativity of their workforces toward information management products that could be consumed by corporations. They didn't realize it at the time, but they were setting up a crisis for themselves and all their current and future competitors. The technology innovations began with the vacuum tube, followed by the transistor, followed by the circuit chip. The trend toward smaller and more efficient management of data created a tidal wave of electronic inventions that saved labor and thereby greatly increased personal and organizational efficiency. These strange new machines produced explosions in productivity. People used them to run pre-built programming, that is, software, which, when combined with the physical platform, delivered even greater efficiencies for institutions and also created certain organizational and personal expectations. Staff wanted simpler and simpler solutions when it came to data management, but they understood less and less about how those solutions were designed, how they worked, or how they fit together. This new way of looking at technology was, and is, revolutionary. Most end users never even consider trying to figure out how their gadgets work internally. The design and engineering that goes into technology solutions on which we have all become dependent remains in the hands of the experts. It was not always this way. When I was in my 20s, I changed the oil filter, spark plugs, and so on for all my cars. If something went wrong with a timing belt or a carburetor, I prided myself on my ability to fix it. Today, there's no such thing as a carburetor for me to fix. When car troubles arise, I open the hood and stare at the machinery just long enough to satisfy my ego. I then gently close the hood and call for a tow truck. If you're like most of the people I meet, you do too. That instinct to call the tow truck instead of troubleshooting the car's computer system is how we live today. Notice the trend. Simpler and simpler solutions for the end user requiring greater and greater design complexity are accompanied by less and less understanding or interest from the end user about the specifics of how everything actually works under the hood. This trend is unstoppable. It is visible throughout our culture. Of course, it is also simultaneous with the rise of high tech. If you doubt that, ask yourself these questions. 1. When it's time to upgrade your smartphone, do you expect the newest model to do more or less than your current one? And 2. But do you know or even care how your smartphone works? I call this trend end-user feature disengagement. You and I and all the other end users of technology in the world are strongly predisposed not to care about the features and specifications of the information products we use. This trend is only growing stronger. It is unstoppable. Sandler tip. You and I and all the other end users of technology in the world are strongly predisposed not to care about the features and specifications of the information products we use. Why I wrote this book. The purpose of this book is to look pragmatically at the effects of end-user feature disengagement. Not so much for the consumer who uses the tools and platforms we associate with tech space, but for the sales teams eager to improve their performance in the marketplace. I'm talking specifically about sales teams in small, medium, and large businesses tasked with making a living and turning a profit by selling those tools and platforms. Most sales teams are burdened with a features-driven selling model that is outdated in all markets and practically suicidal in this one. To understand why this is so, why so many companies in the high-tech space continue to follow a process that is dangerously out of step with how people in their target market buy, you have to understand something unique about the high-tech space. Over the last